Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today we are going to be doing something I want to start a little series on, and that's going to be taking some inspiration from Bailey. I don't remember her last name. I know it starts with an S. And then also Cindy Black. And we're going to be doing our makeup while we talk about some murders and mysteries. We are going to be talking about Casey Anthony today. And let me tell y'all, I was so invested in this case. I had never in my life been so invested in a case as I was in this one. And I think most of America was as well. But before we get into the whole Casey Anthony story, her history, and everything that happened that day and those years, I wanted to extend a huge thank you to our sponsor today, who is Luisa. I have worked with Ana Luisa in the past, and I've gotten some of their jewelry, and I still wear it to this day. I got it probably like 3-4 years ago, probably 3 years ago. And the pieces still look amazing. They're still up to par, beautiful, lovely. I'm going to show you the pieces that I got today. I have 3 pieces here, and what I love about them is that they have something for everybody. Their prices range from $39 up to more higher end price. So there's something for everyone. So here's this one right here, which is just a little kind of braided ring, which is a really great middle finger ring, but as you can see, it doesn't fit me quite right yet. This is the packaging in which it comes in. When you get the necklaces, they're very nicely packaged on this little jewelry thing, and then you also have this little envelope that helps to enclose the rest of the chain, which I absolutely love. This is this piece. It is beautiful. What I love about Ana Luisa is they have the most gorgeous, delicate pieces that I just absolutely adore. These have little balls going all the way down, and they have like this little kind of sunburst. It is so pretty. And I also got this one, which again is a great layering piece, and it's just a rose gold piece of jewelry with, again, the little balls. I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit more about Ana Luisa. They have long-lasting pieces that are crafted with care. Again, I told you that they start at $39 and then they go up, so there's something for everyone in your price range. These really do make exceptional gifts. You're not going to have to worry about giving a piece of jewelry to someone and it being it's going to tarnish in a couple of days or turn them green. I'm telling you, I am notorious for turning green, and these have never tarnished. They have never turned me green. They are just perfect. So isn't that just beautiful with the extender? It's so delicate. It's so beautiful. Really great quality. They are also carbon neutral, which means that they offset 100% of their carbon emissions, starting with the sourcing of their raw materials all the way to disposing of their materials. So basically they give back for everything that they take, which is a really great value for this company to have. And their sustainable mission is definitely why I like to continue to work with them and continue to support them as well. They have really exceptional quality, but they also have really great values as well. So they are running an exclusive Black Friday sale, so I'm going to link down below a link in which you guys can save some moolah and take advantage of their Black Friday sale. I'm trying to find the little extender. I guess I don't. I thought I had rose gold, but I guess I don't. So we're just gonna have to go with golds. So on this one, I'm not going to use an extender because I want this to be a little bit on the shorter side, which is exactly what it is. And I also love these two. Even though they're mixed metals, this one's rose gold and this one's gold, I really do love the fact that how similar they are and how wonderfully they match, because they both have the little balls. So we've got that on. Again, I will link down below in the description box the link that you guys can go to so you can purchase yours for yourself, for your friends, for anyone that's on your list, especially those that love jewelry. So Casey Anthony was born on March 19th, 1986 in Warren, Ohio. She was born to her parents, Cindy and George Anthony, and she also has a brother named Lee. So when Casey was growing up, she was known to be basically a master manipulator. Like, come high school, she was known to be a party girl. She was definitely known for her lies and being a pathological liar. She was known for her partying. She went so far with the lies that come senior year of high school, she decided that she didn't want to go to high school anymore. So she just decided that she was just going to drop out but not tell anyone and continue to act like she was going to school. So come graduation day, when obviously she had to come clean and tell her parents, so I'm not graduating today, she went on to blame the school because, as you're going to see throughout this whole story, Casey Anthony is never at fault for anything, and it's everyone else's fault. So yeah, the thing here though is that her parents seemed to definitely never give her any kind of consequences. They knew she was lying, but yet they continued to go along. They go on to throw her this huge high school graduation party and not let anyone know basically that Casey Anthony actually did not graduate high school. So I kind of feel because her parents kind of never gave her any consequences whenever she would make up these extravagant lies. This was just kind of what she was accustomed to. She was accustomed to lying to people and basically continuing to get her way. So when Casey was 19, she had put on some weight and she basically hid her pregnancy from her parents. It wasn't until she was 7 months pregnant that her mom was like, "Gained a little weight, Casey. Are you pregnant? There's something you want to tell us here?" But Casey Anthony, being the pathological liar that she is, went on to say, "No, I am not pregnant. I am still a virgin." So months into her pregnancy, obviously she could not hide it any longer. So she did end up coming clean to her parents and saying, "Yes, I am pregnant." Now the identity of the father, Kaylee Anthony, is still unknown. Anthony pointed to several different men. Her fiance at the time, Jesse Grund, who really loved Kaylee and really wanted to be Kaylee's father, but years later after taking a DNA test, it came to find out that he was not her father. So it's still a mystery. No one ever knows and will ever know probably who the father of Kaylee Anthony was. So on August 9th, 2005, beautiful, precious Kaylee Anthony was born. Now it is said that she had discussed giving up Kaylee for adoption because she just wasn't ready to be a parent. She just didn't want to be a parent. She didn't want to be a mom. But she also, I think, wanted to have an abortion, but her mom strongly suggested against that. You know, her mom was definitely there for her as much as she could. When Kaylee was born, they both lived with Kaylee's grandparents, George and Cindy Anthony, and they were just really, really, really involved in Kaylee's life. They saw her all the time. They loved on her. They were, according to sources, really great grandparents to her. So in mid-June 2008, Cindy Anthony kind of started questioning Casey Anthony's ability to be a mother, and Casey had gotten really upset with her mom, and she took Kaylee and she left. And this, unfortunately, will be the last time that Cindy and George will ever see Kaylee. Casey told her parents that she had this work thing in which she had to go to Tampa and that she would be traveling a lot for work. So anytime Cindy called and was like, let me talk to my granddaughter, let me talk to my granddaughter, where is Kaylee? She would either say, oh, she's with the nanny, or she would say, Mom, I'm just too busy with work. You know, get her another time. Like, you'll talk to her another time. So I have conflicting sources here. One source says on July 15th, 2008, that George Anthony received a phone call. And then I also have where they received on July 13th, 2008, they received a letter stating that the family car was in the impound lot and that they needed to come get it. So they're like, okay, because they're thinking that their daughter's in Tampa traveling, why is this car in the impound lot? So they go and they find George was I don't know if he was a retired police officer, but he was a police officer, and he very much so knew what a dead, composing body smelled like. So with that being the case, when he went up to the car to go get it, he saw Casey's purse in there. He also saw Kaylee's car seat, and he also saw that the trunk smelled like a dead body, and it was horrific and disturbing and disgusting. So Cindy Anthony is now in a fury. She's furious. Where is Casey? Because obviously she's not traveling because the car is here and we just had to go pick it up. So they go and they find her. She is at her boyfriend's house, Tony, and one source said that she found them smoking weed and watching TV at his apartment. So on July 15th, 2008, Orlando Police Department received a call from Cindy Anthony, who is frantic. I cannot find my granddaughter. I don't know where she is. Casey's saying that she was kidnapped by the nanny. We don't know where she is. It's been 31 days. No one has seen her. The car smells like a damn dead body has been in it. Where is my daughter? Where is my granddaughter? So the operator, the 911 operator, is like, ma'am, can you get Casey on the phone? This is where it gets kind of like, because you have Cindy, who is frantic, and then you have Casey, who is the child's mother. Hello. Yeah, she was taken by the nanny 31 days ago. Well, ma'am, why haven't you been looking for her? Well, I wanted to take matters into my own hand, and I didn't want to get anyone involved because I've been searching for her myself. And the whole thing that's so disturbing is the fact that, again, she is showing no emotion at all. It's literally like she's having a conversation with someone over a cup of coffee about how her morning was. She is not frantic in any way. She's not crying. She's not upset. First of all, she waited 31 days, and it wasn't even she would have called the cops. It was her mom who called the cops.
911, what's your emergency? I called a little bit ago, the deputy sheriff. I found out my granddaughter has been taken. She has been missing for a month. We're talking about a 3-year-old little girl. My daughter finally admitted that the baby's in the store. I need to find her.
Your daughter admitted that the baby is where?
But the babysitter took her a month ago. My daughter's been looking for her. I told you my daughter was missing for a month. I just found her today, but I can't find my granddaughter. And she just admitted to me that she's been trying to find her herself. There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
Okay, what is the 3-year-old's name?
Kaylee. Kaylee. Anthony.
Kaylee Anthony?
Yes.
How long has she been missing for?
I have not seen her since the 7th of June.
Is your daughter there?
Yes.
Can I speak with her?
Okay, Sheriff's Department, they want to talk to you. Answer the question. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you tell me what's going on a little bit?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell me a little bit what's going on?
My daughter's been missing for the last 31 days.
And you know who has her?
I know who has her. I've tried to contact her. I actually received a phone call today now from a number that is no longer in service. I did get to speak to my daughter for about a minute.
The next day, on July 16th, 2008, 4:11 p.m., Casey Anthony was called in for questioning. Detective Melich was the one from Orange County Sheriff Office, and he was the one to lead this investigation. At this time, he asks about where is she? Where is your daughter? And she comes on and keeps saying she's with Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez. She has been my nanny for like the past year or two. And so, whoa. And so they're trying to find out all this information. How did you meet? We're just going to call her Zanny the nanny because I don't know how she ended up getting that name, but that's what everyone started calling her. So we're just going to call her Zanny the nanny to make it easier. So Zanny the nanny, how did you meet her? I met her through a mutual friend, Jeffrey Hopkins. We worked at Universal Studios together. But yeah, she said that Zanny the nanny was his son Zach's nanny, and yeah, he totally recommended her, and that's how she met Zanny the nanny. The whole investigation was kind of weird in this like questioning because she went on to say that Jeff had, you know, he hadn't worked at Universal Studios for like 9 to 10 months. And this just kind of goes into the web of lies that we're told. He hasn't worked there in 9 to 10 months. He then moved to Jacksonville, or no, he moved up to North Carolina, then to Jacksonville. Come to find out at the trial, when they had Jeff up on the stand, he did not know Casey Anthony. He never worked with her at Universal Studios. The cops found out that he never worked in Jacksonville, or he never lived in Jacksonville. He never moved to North Carolina. He never introduced her to Zanny the nanny. And get this, he does not have a son. And he does not have a son, obviously, named Zach.
Within the last 3 months.
How would you characterize your relationship with Miss Anthony?
More or less acquaintances.
Okay. Weren't very good friends?
Not very good friends.
Did you ever work at Universal Studios?
I did.
When did you work at Universal Studios?
Approximately 2002.
Okay. How long did you work there for?
1 year.
Did you ever work there at the same time that Casey Anthony worked there?
I don't think so.
You don't recall ever seeing her there?
Never.
Did you ever introduce Casey Anthony to a woman by the name of Zenaida Gonzalez?
I did not.
Did you ever use Zenaida Gonzalez as a nanny?
No, sir.
Do you have any children?
No, sir.
Have you lived in the Orlando area consistently since 2002?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever lived in Jacksonville?
No, sir.
Have you ever lived in North Carolina?
No, sir.
Did you see Casey Anthony in the month of June of 2008?
No, sir.
The detective asks her, so did you not ever tell anyone about Kaylee? Like, you go to pick up Kaylee, you see that she's gone. Did you tell your boyfriend? Did you tell anyone? And she just said she told 2 mutual friends, Juliette Lewis and Jeffrey Hopkins. So they're like, okay, well, what did you do at Universal Studios? And she's like, oh, I was an event coordinator, and Juliette Lewis was my coworker, and she also worked in that same department. She makes up all of these elaborate stories about Zach, Jeffrey, Zanny the nanny, Juliette Lewis, and get this, none of them exist. But she keeps going on with this whole thing the whole time that they're investigating and that they're questioning her and that they have her under arrest and all this stuff. No, Zanny the nanny took her. Do you have her number? No, I do not. Do you have Jeffrey's number? No, I do not. Do you have Juliette's number? No, I do not. But she somehow, in the second questioning where she was arrested, has Jose Baez's, who is her lawyer, she miraculously has his number. I mean, just saying. How can you remember your new lawyer's number, but you can't remember your friends' numbers you've been friends with for several years now? And your nanny. How can you not? Oh, no, that's right. She said that her nanny's number was out of service. And then she even went into like these elaborate stories about where her nanny was from. She was talking, and she was like coming up with names. This just goes to show the nature of this pathological liar and how she was so quick to come up with these lies. This was her nature. This whole time through all of these questionings, when you watch this footage, it's quite disturbing because the way that she talks so eloquent, so elegant, so carefree, so natural, it's just like she is a pathological liar. And she is also most definitely a master manipulator. So like I said, she has been most likely lying her whole entire life to her parents, and she's been able to get away with it. So I'm assuming that she probably thought that she was going to get away with this, which is why she told the cops that she worked at Universal Studios. But you can't outsmart the cops. They were like, all right, well, bring us there. Bring us to your offices. You're an event coordinator. You got an office. Let's go. So she leads them down this wild goose chase hunt for 25 minutes down this hallway. And then she turns around when they get to this doorway. She puts her hands in her back pocket, laughs, and says, so, I don't actually work here. And of course, the cops at this point go ahead and put her in custody, and they're livid because they're like, Casey, you want to find your daughter, right? So if you want to find your daughter, why do you keep lying to us? Because if you don't want to find your daughter, and you do know where your daughter is, and you did something horrible to her, and you just think everyone's going to think you're a bad mom, just go ahead and tell us. Just go ahead and tell us. And she's like, no. She is with Zanny the nanny. I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. She sticks with this story to the very end. So she ends up going to jail. Her parents come to visit her. This just goes into like the emotional side of this woman. Her parents come to visit her. She is just like, oh, hey, you know, she's kind of like, you know, she looks like she's happy to see him or whatever. So keep in mind, she has not seen anyone for 9 days. She's been isolated. And when she sees her parents, she's happy. Her dad is wearing a shirt that on the back has Kaylee's picture. It is like, have you seen her? And her mom's like, oh, did you see Dad's shirt? Turn around. And she sees it. And there's literally, again, no kind of emotion at all. It's not until her mom kind of asks about her well-being, you know, how are you handling this? We miss you, da da da. Her dad tells her, miss you so much. Like, it's just not the same without you. And then that is the first time that anyone really sees any kind of emotion come from this woman. But guess what? It's because it's about her. It's about her.
Can we turn the volume down? Yeah, you can probably hear it. My head's gonna explode. What's that t-shirt? I didn't get a chance to ask him, you know, other things besides.
Kaylee's picture's on the back.
Is it? Can Dad show me the shirt?
Yeah, turn around so she can see. It's the Never Lose Hope Foundation. Do you see it?
I can see part of it, yeah.
Have you seen me? And then it has the information on how to contact.
Okay.
Casey, you don't realize that whole United States is looking for our Kaylee.
I know that, Mom.
Her cover's going to be on People magazine in a few days.
Okay.
Everybody is looking for her.
Good.
Everybody is looking for her. Are we going to be able to find her, do you think?
I hope we can, Mom. Now, I didn't get a chance to ask Lee.
Can you look up a little bit more? Raise your eyes up a little bit. There you go. So now, look straight up so I can look into your eyes, darling. Thank you. I need to do that. It's okay to cry, Casey. It's all right, love. We've all been crying. Do we have any pictures of Sandy's apartment?
Lee and I already talked about this. I don't know. It could be on the desk at home. I don't know.
What is I can't get into your,
I gave Lee everything already. I gave Lee all of the passwords, everything we could possibly think of all over again.
I want to get some video clips off Kaylee because the video clip with Grandpa is really helping people. Still pictures don't show.
No, they don't show her personality.
Right. And we need to show her personality, so I need to make sure we get that password.
Yeah. I gave Lee the password.
You want to speak to your father now?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, gorgeous, how you doing?
I look like hell.
Well, you know something? You really need to keep your spirit high for all this.
I haven't been crying while I've been in here.
Well, you know
trying
something?
to read books and do other things to keep my mind off of stuff.
Well, you know, I want to be able to reach out and hug you and give you the big Papa Joe hug. But you know, we got to get that little girl back any way we can, and we're
Dad,
doing everything we can.
My only concern. I gave Lee a statement. I want him to speak to whoever in the media, give them a statement specifically from me.
She honestly only has empathy for herself. And you see that through a lot of the interactions that you see with the cops, the detectives, her parents, her best friend, her brother. It's quite disgusting and disturbing, actually. I want you guys to really listen to this part. So, towards the end of the conversation, Cynthia Anthony is like, we miss her so much. I really hope that we find Kaylee. You know, she's gonna be on the cover of People. You know, all of the United States are like all of the United States is looking for Kaylee and for our baby girl, this and that. Do you know of any involvement? Do you know what happened to her? She's constantly like, no, the nanny took her, da-da-da, da-da-da. So she then proceeds to say, I know she's close to home. I know in my heart she's close. And we're gonna see in a little bit that she's actually 100% right. She was very close. She was very, very close to home. And this is honestly the first time that we've actually seen her tell the truth. This is something I didn't talk about either. When she was missing for the 31 days, this girl was out partying. She got a tattoo on her back that said Bella Vita, which is an Italian beautiful life. She just basically has no care in the world. As a matter of fact, the night that Kaylee died, they found video footage of her with her boyfriend at a Blockbuster. Kaylee is nowhere to be found. It is believed that Kaylee Anthony died on June 16th, 2008, anywhere from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. So Casey's in jail. On December 11, 2008, a meter reader by the name of Roy Crunk ended up finding some skeletal remains. This was down in a... Why am I not doing my makeup? I'm literally just talking to you guys. So he did find the skeletal remains of Kaylee Anthony. On December 19th, it was confirmed that this was Kaylee Anthony. She was found wrapped in a Winnie the Pooh blanket, put in a linen laundry bag, and she also had duct tape over her nose and over her mouth. I kind of want to go back a little bit to after Kaylee went missing. They found some internet searches which were quite interesting. On June 16th, 2008 at 7:52 a.m. she searched shop girl costumes. At 2:50 p.m. she Googled suffocation. At 2:51 p.m. she Googled foolproof suffocation. So it was believed that possibly she was suffocated and that was her cause of death, but unfortunately, because it was like 5 months after Kaylee went missing that they found her, they could not rule cause of death. So cause of death is unknown as to how she died. It's only speculation as to how she died at this point. Like I stated earlier, she was shown that night. She was found, there was some surveillance found on a Blockbuster camera that she was there with her boyfriend. Kaylee was nowhere to be found. And again, in trial, that led many to believe that Kaylee was already dead. In the following weeks, she was out partying. 3 days later, she was like in a hot body contest, competing in a hot body contest. Got the tattoo, beautiful life, Bella Vita. This just doesn't seem like what a girl should be doing, knowing that her daughter is missing. Am I right? Or am I wrong here? So trial began May 24th, 2011, and the prosecution wanted to label her and paint a picture of Casey Anthony as being a very promiscuous girl, a party girl, someone who had no regard for her child. It was also shown that chloroform was searched on the Anthony family computer, and during trial Cindy Anthony was the one who said, oh yeah, that was me, I was the one who searched for that. So here Cindy Anthony did not want to believe that her daughter did this. I want to say even still to this day she does not believe that her daughter did this. Her father, on the other hand, has a whole completely different story. He said that on the day that Kaylee went missing, not only did he lose her, but he also lost his daughter, and that he will never speak to his daughter ever again. Rightfully so, because when I tell you the defense and their opening statements, it is very disturbing what they opened up with. I don't want to say it was smart, but in a way, he was a good lawyer and he knew what he was doing, but you can't deny the fact that he was, again, charming, deceptive, and he was also a good lawyer. Does it make it right? Absolutely not. His opening statements were that Kaylee drowned in the family pool on June 16th, 2008. Kaylee drowned in the family pool. That is how she died. And Casey, because she was conditioned to lie her whole life, because at the age of 8, her dad started molesting her, she had to keep this a secret. She had to go on with her life, and she could not report it to the police. Because again, she has been conditioned to lie her whole entire life because, and he makes a really vulgar statement, which I'm not going to repeat, but it was like, basically, she can be molested by her dad one night and then go to school the next morning. And he used very vulgar terms, which is why I'm not going to repeat what he said. But, you know, she could go to school the next day acting like nothing happened because she was molested at the age of 8. So the reason why she did not, you know, she kept lying to cops and all this is because that is what she was taught to do, because obviously her father was molesting her, and that meant that she could not tell a single soul. This is what you want to come out with? Now you want to sit here and say Zanny the nanny, who doesn't exist, is a horrible person. You want to paint this picture for the world of all of these other people being horrible people, and now you want to drag your dad down, the one who was there for her. And again, I really haven't researched much about the Anthonys and her parents. I just know from the story they were very loving grandparents. And they also really seem to have loved Casey. Now, yes, they let her get away with a lot of stuff. I feel like it was out of love. What they felt was love as to why they allowed her to get away with all of the things that she's gotten away with her whole entire life. So the trial goes on to last for 6 weeks. And on closing statement day, Jose, again with his lovely charming self, goes on to tell the jury, can you honestly say that you know what happened to Kaylee and how she died? Without reasonable doubt, can you tell me what happened? No. You have more questions than you have answers. How Kaylee died cannot be proven. He went over the rules about how you can't in any way feel sorry for the person. You can't in any way be angry with the person. You cannot make your decision based on those two emotions. So he totally manipulates the jury. Many believe, myself included, that this is basically the reason why the verdict went in the way that it did. I'm going to read this so I have this because this is word for word. He said, "We want you to base your verdict on the evidence, not on emotion. Don't speculate or guess. It has to be proven to you beyond and to the exclusion of reasonable doubt. If you don't know what happened, it wasn't proven. Don't tell us what you think happened. Tell us what was proven happened. If you have questions, then it was not proven." There's a lot that I can say at this point. Like I said, I was very invested in this case. I was watching Nancy Grace like every single day to see if there were any new evidence, any new anything. I was very, very invested. So on July 5th, 2011, at 2:17 p.m., the verdict was read. I also want to say, because I lived through this trial and I remember this very clearly, I remember that Casey Anthony was pretty much the most hated woman in America. And I don't like to say the word hated because I don't think you should hate anyone. And personally for me, I didn't exactly hate her, but I definitely wanted to see her go to jail for this. Because whether or not she killed her, she may not have killed her, but she was definitely involved. There's too much evidence to prove otherwise. She was the last person seen with Kaylee. No one knew where she was. She was missing for 31 days before anything happened. She was missing for 31 days. She never once told anyone. Like, my question is, what was the boyfriend thinking along this time? Was he questioning, where is Kaylee? Like, was Casey like, oh, she's with my parents? I don't know. I would like to know the boyfriend, but I don't know much about the boyfriend and his involvement and all of that stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and read the verdict. On the charge of first-degree murder, Casey Anthony was found to be not guilty. On the charge of aggravated child abuse, Casey Anthony was found to be not guilty. On the charge of aggravated manslaughter of a child, Casey Anthony was proven to be not guilty. On the charge of giving false information, she was found guilty. Time served. Go along on your merry way. You are free to go. Let me tell you, when I was watching this live. I was watching this as it happened, as this verdict was being read. I cried. I was mad. I was angry. I felt it wasn't fair. Now again, Jose Baez was right. No one knows what happened to Kaylee. We cannot prove, and if you have questions, then can you really say that she's guilty? I don't know. I would also like to point out that I really only saw this girl, and I watched a lot of footage. Her being interrogated several times, the 911 call. I personally watched the trial, and then I also went back and watched tidbits of it for my research for this video. I only saw this girl cry 3 times. The first time was when she was in jail and her parents came to visit her. The second time, and that was really only when they were, you know, asking about her. It wasn't about Kaylee. It wasn't about anything. It was when it went back to her and how she's doing and how she's feeling and how she's holding up. Then I saw her cry, and I feel like it was a fake cry, but that's just assumption here. She cried when Jose Baez said that she was molested at the age of 8 by her dad. And then she cried tears of joy, basically, when the verdict was read and come to find out she was found not guilty. I do know that she had to have protection. She had to go into hiding for many years. I remember many years after just keeping up. What is she doing? Where is she? This and that. She had to be basically put into protection because people were livid. They were like, we're gonna kill her. If we see her, if we find her, we are killing this girl. Like, justice has not been served, yada yada yada. People were pissed, rightfully so, myself included. Obviously I was not like, I'm gonna kill a bitch if I see her, but I was very upset, and I didn't like her. I didn't hate her, but I also did not like her. I still to this day don't hate her. I definitely don't feel that justice was served. Hold, please. So I tried to find what Casey Anthony is up to these days, and the only thing that I could find is that she is into photography and is like trying to get better at it and maybe start like a photography business. I don't know, but that's really the only thing that I can find. I was really intrigued to see if I could find information on whether she's dating, whether she has a boyfriend. I'm sure she will probably never have a kid again. Let's hope and pray that she never has a kid again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, this was my first one, and I feel like this case, there was so much evidence and so many twists and turns and things that I felt were important, and I'm also kind of new to this. So I hope that this video flowed and made sense. If you guys like this video, comment down below and let me know who you would like me to do next. I do have some people on the list that I want to do, but I want to see who you guys... I do not like paranormal stuff, so I will not ever be covering that. But yeah, I will do stuff like this. Also, huge thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Again, if you guys are interested in their jewelry, click the link down below in my description box. You will not be disappointed. I promise you, their quality is exceptional. So yeah, link is down below for that. This case was a super crazy one, and like I said, I was pretty invested in it, so I definitely wanted to do it on my first one. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new here, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.